Now there's a certain type of fragrance that I rarely review, a certain category shall we say. Can you guess what it is? Hello Ratchamano, how's everyone doing? La 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 la. Good, I hope. Good. Good? Good. So, the type of fragrance I'm talking about is a Chypre. Chypre. I don't usually review these fragrances because, quite frankly, I don't like them. Mainly, I don't like the older, vintagey kind of Chypres, like Mitsuko or Chanel No. 19, or Alliage by Estee Lauder, or even Niki de Saint-Phalle. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but those types of classic Chypres are just not my bag. I'm not really a fan of oak moss, and the biggest ingredient in a Chypre is oak moss. They're green, they just smell a bit musty and fussy and like an old cupboard to me. Sorry if that offends anyone, just not my style. However, we're in a different age now to when these Chypres used to be created, and we have a few modern ones. So, my advice to you, if you think you've got your perfume taste down packed and you think, oh, I don't like those, I'm just going to ignore them, there are always going to be exceptions to the rule. There are always going to be ones that will make you go, I have to go back on my word here. This is a Chypre Floral from 1999, and Sisley, really luxurious brand. The lid of this perfume is made out of 18 karat gold, or it's plated with 18 karat gold. Hello, what's going on there? Probably why it's cost so much. It was made by a count to give to his wife, the Countess, in 1990, and then he was convinced by a friend to release it as an actual fragrance, which I think is quite interesting. So, yeah, as I said, don't ever pass by a particular note or a particular type of fragrance, because you never know what's out there. If you don't like roses, chances are there'll be a rose that will knock your socks off. So I learnt that lesson with this. So yeah, it's really, really gorgeous. I'll give you the notes. Chypres, you know, if you don't know already, they are mainly based around, well, they have to contain oak moss, a citrus top, and usually labdanum. But now that we've become modernised, these compositions get tweaked all the time, so I'm not going to go into it too much. But yeah, this was sent to me by the lovely Julia Caesaris from Fragrantica ages ago. I'm so sorry, Julia, other things get in the way. I did eventually want to get around to it, and here I am, a couple of years later. But thank you for sending me it. It's beautiful, and it's possibly going on my want list as well. So the notes. The top notes are, which I have over here, mandarin, grapefruit, spruce and carnation. Spruce is going to give you that kind of evergreeny feel, really apparent in this. The heart notes are ylang ylang, jasmine, lily of the valley, rose, and then a night blooming flower called syringa, which is a Spanish flower, which is probably why this is called eau de soir, because the syringa is a night blooming flower which wafts its gorgeous scent and attracts night butterflies to come and pollinate it. How beautiful is that? Love it. So that's probably where the soir comes from. Is it a night fragrance? Possibly, but I wouldn't necessarily say, oh, it's something to be worn for evening. Then the base note, and oak moss, sorry, most important thing of Chypre, oak moss. And then the base notes are amber, musk and patchouli. So what does it smell like? I only have a bit of it left because I've been wearing the sample over the years, just here and there, and it smells really glamorous, I think. It smells like glamping. Does anyone know what glamping is? Glamping is this new thing that I saw, first of all, on the Only Ways Essex, which is a really bad show in England, don't watch it. It's camping, but done in a glamorous way. Staying in gorgeous teepees, wearing heels, blah, 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 blah. It smells like glamping. It smells like a walk in nature, pine. There's a lot, it's spruce, but it smells like pine to me. It smells evergreeny. It's kind of like a peppery, fresh, green fragrance, but also that smells really expensive and glamorous. It doesn't smell too throwback and vintagey. It does a bit because that's the style of a Chypre, but this has been modernised and twisted around to fit into the 90s and beyond, I would say. To the 90s and beyond! Yeah, straight away I get this illusion of pine. It's probably the spruce, like I said. It does feel like a very evergreen, expensive kind of fragrance. The greens way outweigh the florals, and I just think it smells like if you walk through a forest but wearing heels and jewellery. So it's really good in that way. You can really tell that it's got quite a hefty price tag. You can tell the ingredients are really nice and expensive in it as well. It has some earthiness, it has some woodiness, and it's really switched my mind around about Chypres. It's lovely. Just a subtle spiciness from the carnation and pepper, but it's not a floral spicy. Carnation obviously is a flower, but this is just, it's got just a kind of undertone of something a bit peppery and green, and it's lovely. Well, peppery. It's mainly green, as a Chypre should be. So, now I will just add a bit more. Oh, I've just spilt that all over my chin. Oh dear, that's not gone very well, has it? Let's just let it waft around a little bit. I sprayed this when I went on holiday, actually, when I went to Turkey. It was the one that I picked. I bought in the airport when you're like a kid in a candy shop and you can spray anything you want. This was the one that I picked. I couldn't smell it when I got off the plane, strangely enough. I thought that Sisley would have a much bigger projection and a much longer longevity, but I found it to be moderate. I didn't think it was anything super spectacular, considering it's so expensive. It's probably that bloody gold lid. But also I'm not sure how much you can judge it, because I think when you go onto an aeroplane, your perfume seems to get sucked off of you because of the dry air. But it's definitely prominent. This is, I would say it's kind of like a statement fragrance, one that if you were wearing it and walked into a room, you might turn a few heads, because it's quite different. There's nothing in my collection like this. Probably because I hate Chypres, but not anymore. I think I'll buy this. I mean, to me, it just smells really quite special, like something you'd wear on a special occasion. Or just, you know, walking around the house, as I do that sometimes. It feels classy to me. Although it has just a tinge of something a bit throwback, because a Chypre is like that, it still smells modern, but it's got a nod to the classic Chypres from the days gone by. And I just love it. I actually really want it now. And I've fallen in love with an expensive perfume all over again. Amber, musk, patchouli in the base. I think the patchouli is probably the main thing, because patchouli smells quite green sometimes as well, so it really just enhances that whole green element even more. I don't really get anything ambery out of this at all. It just seems to be spiky and kind of herbaceous, and that's really all I can say about it. It's like wearing a posh pine tree. Wear a pine tree as a dress, and oh, that fits. Wear a pine tree as a dress, put some gold jewellery on, glam yourself up, and that's what Sisley Eau de Soir is. I'm Matt Romano, click my logo to subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon for another review. Goodbye.
Merry Christmas!